The Jeep Grand Cherokee, one of the most iconic nameplates in American history, but it's been a long, twisted road to get here. Jeep started on the back of World War II as a military vehicle. Originally they were Willys. Then in '53 they were acquired by Kaiser Motors. Then in '70 they were acquired by AMC. In '79 Renault starts investing in Jeep. '87 Chrysler straight up buys Jeep. And then in '98 Chrysler merged with Daimler, you know, the company that owns Mercedes and invented the car. Then in 2007, just ahead of the financial crisis, Daimler dipped out and Chrysler owned Jeep completely again. And then it stayed that way until December 2014 when the struggling Chrysler brand folded into the Fiat umbrella and became FiatChryslerAutomobiles, or FCA. And FCA stood long and proud until the year 2021 when FCA merged with French conglomerate PSA and became Stellantis. So I mean, good God, this legendary brand has been tossed around and changed hands more times than a loosely rolled joint at a college party. And typically that kind of back and forth leads to uninspiring and compromised products, but for Jeep, that couldn't be further from the truth. Jeep has always been about rugged off-road capability. The name Jeep defines a segment, and people use the term Jeeps to refer to off-road ready vehicles regardless of make and model. And this unwavering commitment to that idea has created an incredibly loyal and passionate fan base. But there was always one thing holding Jeep back from unrivaled greatness. But all that has changed. But this is the brand new Grand Cherokee, and sure, it's got Jeep on the front, which means it brings the off-road chops that you're used to, but now it's also packing a bafflingly luxurious and tech-heavy interior experience. Nowhere is the luxury aspect more on display than behind the wheel. The cabin is incredible. This car, as tested, is about $65,000, and for that amount of money, you get a lot of car. The seats are quilted, they're heated, they're cooled, they have massage. You have a Uconnect 5 infotainment system that's pretty dang good. There's a little lagginess here and there, but ultimately it's pretty good. And you have like very upscale materials. You have open pore wood, which I really like. You've got aluminum trimming, leather dash, stitching. All of it comes together to be a very upscale experience. And this thing will drive itself damn near. The ride is pretty exceptional. The vehicle is riding on adjustable air suspension. The car will lower itself so it's easier for you to get in. The safety suite is very good and the driver aids are incredible. But as a reminder, no car on sale today is full self-driving. The cabin is very refined and quiet. There's storage everywhere. You have a semi-usable third row, but fitting 3 rows in a vehicle meant for 2 compromises the second and third row and the trunk, so I'd just skip it and get the 2-row myself. Overall, it's an excellent place to spend time. Which leads me to really the only negative thing that I've experienced in my week here with the Grand Cherokee L, and it's kind of the powertrain. The 8-speed automatic transmission is very good. The 4x4 system is fantastic, and it has a low range feature, so it's a legitimate off-roader. You've got quadra-lift air suspension, so you can max out your ground clearance at about 11 inches. So it's still really worthy of the Jeep name. And speaking of Jeep stuff, you do get the brand's 3.6 liter Pentastar naturally aspirated V6. That's that legendary engine, but legendary also can be a synonym for old. I mean, it's almost 2022 and there's no excuse for a V6 to make under 200 horsepower and, under 300 horsepower and get only 18 mpg. So sure, the Pentastar V6 is kind of old, but you can also still get a Hemi V8, or you can go completely the other direction and get a plug-in hybrid version of this coming soon. The interior is shockingly luxurious, and you still have, well, you have a unibody architecture, but you still have a traditional 4x4 system with quadra-lift air suspension with a lot of ground clearance, so this thing is very capable off-road. And, I mean, 90% of your time is going to be inside behind the wheel, and you have a phenomenal driver safety suite, driver assistance package, and all of the modern technology and amenities you could want. But then there's the look. I wouldn't go so far as to say that the look is bad, but I look at the front grille and there's just a little element of like an upturned nose to kind of, well, go along with the new luxury component to it. And as far as the profile, I mean, there's just not a lot going on. Sure, you've got this silver accent bar that goes around and loops around your back, and then even on the back, it's just a couple LED taillights. Again, it's not bad, it's just a little less aggressive than the previous gen, and I kind of miss that. So there it is, the brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee L. The rollout of this vehicle is interesting to me because you've been able to buy the 3-row for a few months now, but the 2-row is still a few weeks away from lots. Regardless of branding or rollout or marketing, the truth is this. The new Grand Cherokee hits on everything you could want and is an incredibly compelling offering. Calling it the American Range Rover isn't too far off. Thanks for watching.